Welcome back to video number 15, picking up with indecent exposure and sexual advances. Um, can't expose yourself at school, kids. That's bottom line on that one. That's easy. Gang and gang related activities. This is a state mandated deal. Um, Wearing or possessing any clothing, bandanas. So, this is why I tell you no bandanas, jewelry, symbol, or other sign associated with membership or representation of any gang. Engaging in any verbal or nonverbal acts such as throwing signs, gestures, or handshakes. Um, doesn't matter what you're trying to represent. You can't throw signs. Recruiting, trying to get people to join your what you believe is a gang, intimidating them to do so, or extorting payment out of individuals in return for their protection. So hopefully we don't have this issue, but it is state mandated that it be here. Fraternities, sororities, other secret organizations or societies are not allowed. We do have clubs and organizations, which this year will have distinct ways to gain a charter. That is something we'll be rolling out with teachers and sponsors here shortly. But all the clubs and organizations that have typically been allowed, there is a new format that must be followed to request that those organizations are to potentially gain a charter. And then there would be things that your sponsor must follow through with in order for your organization to be approved. And then there is also a constitution that would have to be drawn up for your club or organization. So um, we wanted to make a process that was educationally sound to show why these things were needed for our student life. So, anyway, there'll be more to come on that. No threatening or intimidating people to get something that you want or to keep them from saying something about you. Uh, no saying that you're going to injure them or that you're going to want to fight them. Um, no weapons or dangerous instruments. We talked about this previously, but again, here's a list of um, possible weapon scenarios. Um, that's not the all inclusive list, but that is um, what is out there. Again, no pepper spray. Particularly our female students are the ones that particularly carry those. Can't have it on campus. No knives. Obviously, no firearms. If you have a firearm, then you will um, be expelled for 365 days if the school board so chooses to do that. Terroristic threatening is a first degree Class D felony. A person commits the offense of terroristic threatening in the first degree if one of the following occur: with the purpose of terrorizing another person who threatens to cause damage or serious physical injury or substantial property damage to another person, and with the purpose of terrorizing another person threatening to cause physical injury or property damage to a teacher or other school employee. 10 days out of school suspension with recommendation for expulsion. And then we have falsely communicating a terrorist threat. This is you commit this offense if in any manner a person knowingly makes a threat to cause or commit a terroristic act or otherwise creates the impression or belief that a terroristic act is about to be or has been committed in any manner, making a threat to commit or cause to commit a catastrophe as defined in Arkansas State Statute 538-202 that the person knows is false. Falsely communicating a terrorist threat is a Class B felony. Again, 10 days out of school suspension with a recommendation for expulsion. Persistent discipline referrals. When you receive multiple referrals, um, these are things that may be taken from you. You can't attend any activity or function involving Westside on or off campus, can't attend school sponsored trips, can't attend social gatherings, including prom, cannot belong to or no longer belong to clubs or attend their activities, Can't participate in athletic teams, band, cheerleading, quiz bowl, or any other extracurricular activity. Students with multiple discipline referrals will have meetings with the counselor and may be placed on a behavior or academic plan and may be placed to success. If you have a complaint, um, you can write that complaint request out, have it, if disciplinary issue your parents don't agree with, uh, they can come up here and we'll follow the following procedure following that complaint. It must be directed to the person who originally took the action. Then that person shall reconsider their action. So we'll say, for instance, for me, if you get a discipline ruling that you don't like, parents want to bring that back to my attention. I could change my action if I so wish to do so. If it's your parents aren't satisfied, if I don't change it, they're not satisfied, then it goes to the principal, Mr. Graham. He'll review the original action. Then he will make a decision um, that may be mutually beneficial, or it may be he stays with the same consequence that was originally ruled. And then if parents aren't satisfied with that, then the next person up the chain would be the superintendent, Mr. Gaunt. He'll review the complaint, and then he would issue a decision. He could tell us to do something else. He could say that the issue is going to stay the way it was originally ruled. Uh, any other except for the case of suspension, any further appeal must be made to the school board, um, and then that goes through the superintendent before it goes there. But only in the case of a suspension appeal may be made by the board only if the superintendent initiated the suspension process. So there is a chain of command that your parents are able to go through if they're not satisfied with possible discipline action. Behavior not covered. Westside School District reserves the right to pursue disciplinary and legal action for behavior which is detrimental to the good and orderly discipline in the school. Even such behavior is not specified in the preceding written rules. So this statement says if we forgot something for the good of the school, for the safe and orderly environment, then we can make an administrative decision on how we're going to handle it. Administrator's discipline statement. Administrators may alter the severity of punishments based on circumstances and other conditions. Excessive violations of different rules contained in this handbook result in increasingly severe punishments or placement success. A warning will not be issued each time a different rule is violated. So many times whenever you're breaking one rule, you're also breaking multiple expectations, and those will all pile up into one referral. I'm gonna stop with the videos at this point, but there's still more to the handbook policy, pupil personnel policies. Basically, a lot of this information will be things as far as there's office holding, there's field trips, overnight trips, concurrent credit, anything with credits. You would talk with Miss Little, Miss Tubbs, vocational completers, foreign exchange students, graduation requirements. I will say this very quickly. Graduation requirements. The state says you have to have 22 credits to graduate. Westside School Board has added another 2 credits. So from the time you're an 8th grader to the time you are coming into your senior year, we are drilling into you that you need 24 credits to graduate. 24 of the correct credits. So there is a list of a graduation check sheet, the list of the credits that you would need, and all the educational things such as how to be valedictorian, salutatorian, honor graduate, and all that are in the preceding pages. So I hope you have a great 2019-20 school year, and we'll see you when school starts.